Ooh, what's good, Commanders fans, and happy Friday. Today's preview video is brought to you by and sponsored by BetUS. Make sure you guys check out BetUS. Definitely going to always get into the injury report, but I just want to talk about some things I was not able to talk about yesterday. Very, very busy. And, of course, congratulate Jayden Daniels, JD5, on getting Rookie of the Month, Rookie of the Week, FedEx Air and Ground Player of the Week. Getting slime, whatever Nickelodeon award that was. I mean, every award imaginable, he got it. That any award that you can get in week 4 of the NFL, he basically got it. And also the football that he threw against the Bengals on Monday Night Football, they put that football in the Hall of Fame. I mean, it's just insane. I mean, Jayden's gotten so many accolades, and this is the thing. He's a humble guy. He's such a smart guy. And I think Ben Stanley or somebody asked him, how does it feel to be a star already in the league like that? And he was like, I feel like I'm a rookie. You know, I'm just a rookie. So he's so humble. I know he probably is watching all this stuff just like us. It's hard not to. All the ESPN and media and Fox Sports and even Michael Irvin going crazy, talking about he's MVP candidate, which is true in my opinion as well. Stephen A. Smith, all the guys, everybody who's just been gushing. Darius Slay going crazy over him, and Micah Parsons and Pat McAfee, Aaron Rodgers, you name it. Who else was just gushing over Jayden Daniels? I forgot who it was, but there's just so many people going crazy over Jayden Daniels. Damian Woody saying he's MVP in the league right now, or is really the best quarterback in the NFC. So, and the biggest thing for me with Jayden this week too is, you know, I don't think he probably is listening, but I do want to see how he responds. You know, there's gonna be a crazy crowd, all the energy. A lot of people are calling this a trap game. I wouldn't call it a trap game just yet. I know we're the better team. I do think we're the better team and whatnot. But, you know, we cannot overlook the Browns. I know everybody's hyped about the Ravens game and whatnot. We cannot overlook the Browns. The Browns are still, they're a good team on paper. They have a lot of good players. But let's get into the injury report and all that, storylines and all that. I was going on a tangent. But captains, I'll go over that real quick. Jayden Daniels was named the captain. Like I said, every accolade he could get named. And it took him 5 weeks to be captain. Like, he should have been named captain a long time ago. But I like what Dan Quinn did. And he made the young man earn it. He certainly earned it. Him, Jeremy Chin, who's playing better. Dorrance Armstrong coming off a two-sack game. He was named the captain. So those are our 3 captains. I don't think Tressway's been named the captain yet, probably because he hasn't punted the ball yet or really much this year. But no, Tressway will be named the captain for sure. But congrats to Jayden to being named captain. Oh, also, #1 selling jersey in the NFL per Fanatics. #1 selling jersey in the league right now is Jayden Daniels. So he's just taking the lead, like I said, but he's just got to block out the noise, which we know that he will, for sure. All right, so let's get to the injury report. So Noah Brown is going to be out. That was surprising to me, and that is somewhat concerning to me. It's not a big concern, but because, you know, we have Alameda, who stepped up, had 85 yards last week. Terry, of course. Luke McCaffrey, who's been like top 5 in separation per PFF. And then who else we got? Diami. And then I don't know if they're going to elevate like Mitchell Tinsley. Jameson Crowder's on IR. So I don't know if I'm forgetting anybody, but of course Terry, Luke, Diami, Alameda, and those are the 4 guys I can really remember. And I said Diami already, right? Yeah, those are the 4 guys I can remember. I think they might have to move up either Mitchell Tinsley or Bryson Tremaine. One of those guys might have to come up from the practice squad. But yeah, who else is on the roster? Yeah, that's really it, man. Terry, Alameda, Noah is out. Luke and Jameson is on IR, Diami, and that's all we got, guys. We don't have much. I mean, after that, honestly, if Noah, like, knock on wood, if Noah was out for X amount of games, like say 8 games or something, like, then I probably would be calling Devontae Adams. If I knew Noah was going to be out for an extended period of time or something like that, I probably would get on the phone with Devontae Adams. So I'll leave that there. We'll talk about that at a later time. That's the only reason. That's the only way I would do it. But that is something to monitor. So Luke's got to step up. Alameda's got to step up. Other guys got to step up, which they did. They have done the past 2 weeks. Luke had a solid game. He had a good catch. And then Alameda stepped up big time. Just don't get a penalty for taunting. But other than that, we should be fine. Austin Ekeler is going to be available, which is great. Brian Robinson put the thumbs up on Twitter. So he's going to be available. That's awesome. He sat out back-to-back days, but he's going to be playing. So that's really, really good news. Ekeler being back is really good news. Jeremy McNichols, of course, he wasn't hurt, but the 3-headed monster at the running back position, all those guys will be available, which is great. Our list of guys on the injury report is just very, very long. The Browns list is ridiculously long. I don't even know if I want to read the whole thing. But their tackles are really, really banged up. They put Njoku on the list. We know he's not going to play. Nick Chubb's not going to play. Myles Garrett's on the injury report. He's going to play with the Achilles. He was limited in practice, but he's going to play. I think he had 2 sacks against the Raiders. But their offensive line is really, really, really banged up. Like Wyatt Teller is on injury reserve. Dewan Jones with a knee injury is limited. Jedrick Willis did not participate on Wednesday. Like they're really, really banged up. They're one of the and Jack Conklin hamstring injury. Another tackle, James Hudson, on the injury report. Like their offensive line is really, really, really banged up, and they've struggled this year. They've given up a lot of sacks. They've given up a lot of sacks. Storylines, of course, I'm not going to get into Massage Watson too much. I'm not going to go in on him. But Dustin Hopkins is making a return to Landover, Maryland. That's really it. We don't really have much of a rivalry with the Browns. Like, there's no trash talking like the college offense trash talk where, it was easy to talk about that. But there's not really much of a history with the Browns. I mean, the last time we played the Browns was when Ron Rivera forgot that we could make the playoffs or that we could get eliminated from the playoffs. So not much there. Kevin Stefanski, and they got a really good defensive coordinator. They got a good defense. But all right, let's get into the keys to victory here and what I think is going to happen here and what we have to do to get this win. But before we do that, of course, shout out to BetUS. Make sure you guys check out BetUS. They're giving a nice promo code YouTube150. They're giving a 150% bonus on your first 3 deposits. Now, your first one, you get 150% deposit match on your first deposit on BetUS. And then your second one, you're the 2 after that, and then 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits, up to $2,000 with promo code YouTube150. All right, let's go over the picks that I got for BetUS. For BetUS, I have Jayden Daniels getting the end zone anytime touchdown scorer. I have that at plus 129. B-Rob getting it into the end zone at minus 112. He got to the end zone back-to-back weeks. He got into the end zone against the Bengals. He got into the end zone against the Cardinals last week. So I think he should do the same against the Browns. And then you always got to bet on Jayden to get into the end zone. Also, Amari Cooper, I have him getting into the end zone only because the way we defend wide receivers. Marvin Harrison got a touchdown on us. Jamar Chase, Malik Neighbors, Wan'Dale Robinson, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. I mean, like every week we give up a touchdown to a wide receiver. So I would take that on BetUS. And then I would take the over on Amari Cooper's receiving yards at 53.5. And then Terry McLaurin, I would take over on 4.5 receptions because Noah Brown is not playing. And Terry, the last 2 weeks, he had how many did he have? He had 5 against the Cardinals, and then I think he had 4 against the Bengals. So sometimes he does push against 4, but I think with Noah Brown being out, I think we're going to have to target Terry more. We need to target Terry a lot anyway, but I think this game is where he's going to have at least 5 targets. There's a tough matchup against Denzel Ward. It's a good matchup. Greg Newsome, they got good corners. Like I said, on paper, the Browns have a talented team. Like they really do. They should be performing better than what they're doing, but they just have not been able to get it together, offensive line and everything like that. Quarterback play has not been good so far either. But like I said, check out BetUS, guys. Use promo code U2150 on BetUS. All right. So keys to victory. I do have a lot of keys here, guys. I do have a lot of keys. A lot of it's really just piggybacking on a lot of the stuff that we did last week, the last 2 weeks, and kind of just building upon what we got going here. We have our identity. And it's not just running the football and running out of the clock time of possession. We have a guy at the quarterback that can throw the football, sit in the pocket and go through all his reads and throw the football and deliver the football on third down. So before I was like, oh, we got to run the ball. I mean, we still do, of course. But I was like, we got to play keep away. We really don't. We can run the score up if we want to. I don't know if it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be that kind of game where it's going to be a blowout. I actually think it's going to be closer than what people expect. Like NFL Network, they're picking us to win. Everybody's picking us to win except for like 1 or 2 people. Even Adam Rank picked us to win this game. So offensive key, let's say Cliff, stay in your bag. Running the ball with B-Rob. The Browns are ranked 20th in rush defense. Devin Singletary had a good game against them. Zamir White, Alexander Madison. They have struggled against the run, even though they have talent out there on that D-line with Myles Garrett, Dalvin Tomlinson. They got a lot of guys, but they really have struggled to stop the run. They got JOK. They have talent. Grant Delpit. Like they have a really talented team, but they really have not been able to stop the run for whatever reason. So we got to keep doing that. Keep running the football. Now we have that 3-headed monster with B-Rob, Ekeler, and Jeremy McNichols. So if B-Rob's not, getting off big runs, he still needs at least 15 to 17 carries, in my opinion. You have another guy in a home run hitter in Austin Ekeler. You have another guy in a home run hitter in Jeremy McNichols. And I do want Cliff to stay in his bag. I like the reverse with Alameda last week. I like the Wildcat with B-Rob. I want him to be creative and innovative like he has been the past 2 weeks, for sure. All right, touchdowns, not field goals. We got to finish drives as always. It's supposed to be a home game. So this is a game where I actually feel like there's going to be a home field advantage. I really feel like, because the crowd should be hyped. Everybody's hyped up all for the last 3 games, the 3-game winning streak, the Monday Night Football win and all that. I feel like there's actually going to be a home field advantage this game. So we got to be quiet out there, of course. No false starts, no penalties in the red zone. We've been doing a really good job of that in the last 2 games, and I think that's a big reason why we've been scoring in the red zone so much. I did put on my keys: don't punt, or punt as less as possible, as less as possible, like we've been doing. Keep it up, like I said, just building on what we done last week. A lot of building, of course. Stop Myles Garrett, contain Myles Garrett. Basically, what they did to Trey Hendrickson with Cornelius Lucas and Brandon Coleman. I kind of, in a perfect world, I would have one guy play all the snaps, but right now it's a perfect world with what we're doing right now. Brandon Coleman, Cornelius Lucas, those guys are playing good football. Cornelius Lucas is playing good. The whole offensive line is playing good football. Cosme, Wiley, saying this is the most fun he's ever had playing. And he's played with Pat Mahomes before and won a championship, won a Super Bowl, and he's saying this is the most fun that he's had. So that's how you know how well we're playing right now. But slowing down Myles Garrett, he's not 100%, but we got to slow him down. So Brandon Coleman did what he did to Trey. Do what you did to Trey Hendrickson. And same thing with Cornelius Lucas. Do that same thing as well. They blitz a lot, so I would still run the college offense, even though we're really, and Jayden's throwing the ball downfield, so that college offense, stereotype or whatever, is being debunked. But they do blitz a lot, so I would get the ball out quickly. Some quick screens to Austin Ekeler. Quick screen to Alamine. Alamine, I think he's our best screen wide receiver. Terry, great wide receiver, but I just think the wide receiver screen game is just not his best suit. He's more of a contested catch guy. I think Alamine last week, when he did catch some screens, Diami, if you're going to run the screen, run it to Diami. Run it to Alamine, guys like that. And I would run some of the quick screens and some of the screens to Austin Ekeler. Slow down Myles Garrett. I talked about that. Get the ball quickly. Jayden, run to throw. Run to throw, and he's done that. The flip pass to Zach Ertz, where he converted on a 3rd down. Against the Bengals, the 4th and 2 to Luke McCaffrey. Just keep building on what we're doing. Keep building on what we're doing. Just keep it going. O-line, keep balling, keep doing their thing. They were number 1 in pass rush win rate, or block and win rate against the Cardinals. They were number 1 in the NFL last week, so the offense has to keep it up. No punting, and touchdowns, not field goals, like I already talked about that. Jayden, get down and slide as well. So those are my keys on offense. The Bengals, they are one of the worst teams in missed tackles as well. So B-Rob, this is a game where I really think he could feast again. The Browns, they rank 29th in yards after contact allowed per rush. And B-Rob is second among running backs in yards after contact per carry. So this is the perfect matchup for Brian Robinson against the Browns defense. No punts, I already said that. And touchdowns, not field goals. Again, with Dan Quinn, he hasn't really had to be in a clock management situation a lot, other than the Bengals game. Clock management, 2-minute warning, 2-minute drill, challenge flag, all that good stuff. Keep it up, because he's done a great job with that. And also Austin Seibert make his kicks. Ekeler back in the kickoff return game. I'm excited to see that too. Also see where make his kicks. I already talked about that, which he's very reliable. Defense. Let's get to the defense here. All right. Also target Martin Emerson. He's their weakest link at the cornerback position. Cliff, move Terry around and put him in advantageous situations. Now, Denzel Ward, he may follow Terry McLaurin. We'll see how that matchup shakes out. But I would move Terry around, try to get a matchup on Martin Emerson or whoever Martin Emerson is going against, because he's really struggled this year. Malik Neighbors is a dog. He had a great game against the Browns. And I think that's a bet for the receivers that had really good games against the Browns. But defense, Deshaun Watson, I would bring some pressure, because the Browns have given up the most sacks in the NFL with 19. You got to bring pressure on Deshaun Watson. He's not the same guy with the Texans. He lost feel. He's lost his touch. He's lost awareness in the pocket. If you can rattle him and get after him, we got to stop the run. The run defense cannot be as bad as it's been the first 4 weeks. We got to stop Jerome Ford. We got to stop Dante Foreman. They are 2 good backs, but you have to make them one-dimensional. You have to make Deshaun Watson drop back and throw the football. They have struggled offensively. They're one of the worst offenses in the league. Now, last week against the Raiders, they could have beat them, but Amari Cooper dropped a pass. They had a penalty that was called back. That's why I do think the Browns are a little bit better than what they've showed through the first couple of weeks. Third downs are going to be so crucial on offense, obviously, and obviously on defense. The Browns are the worst in the league on third down conversions. Last week, we actually forced a couple punts. Keep it up. Dorrance Armstrong, tackle. Jeremy Chin tackled. Dorrance tackled. Frankie Louvu wrapped up, which he always does. Bobby Wagner wrapped up, which he always does. The other guys had to collectively tackle. We have to wrap up the quarterback. You have to wrap up Deshaun. He will run. He will move around the pocket. You have to keep contained. Basically what we did to Kyler Murray. We have to do similar things in the defensive aspect there. Off defensively, I would not put Forbes on Amari Cooper. Maybe Jerry Jeudy at times, but I would not put him on Amari Cooper. I would keep Ben St. Juste on Amari Cooper. He's just more of a physical receiver, and it's just not a good matchup for Emmanuel Forbes. I'll put it that way. So Joe Witt Jr., I will be looking at that. I know Ben St. Juste is not a corner that you have moving around following guys, but I would have him matched up on Amari Cooper at all times, and Ben St. Juste has to turn his head around. Ball is life. Force a turnover. Frankie Louva did it last week. Catch interceptions. Ben St. Juste. Deshaun's going to throw it. He's going to throw one our way. He is. And we have to take advantage of that. And we have to flip the field. If we can score and get a couple turnovers, just one, and keep them under 20 points, I think we win this game. Other things defensively, stop the run, third down defense, tackle, balls life, force a turnover. Nothing cheap, nothing deep. Those are my simple keys defensively right there. And that's really about it, guys. I mean, if we just play our game, like I said, building a lot on last week and just keep doing what we're doing, contain Myles Garrett, contain Amari Cooper, don't let him have any big plays like he did 2 years ago when we lost to them with terrible Carson Wentz, then I think we should cruise to a victory. But like I said, it's not going to be easy, guys. It's not going to be easy. I do think it's going to be a little bit closer than what everybody thinks. I think everybody thinks we're going to blow them out and beat them 35 or 42-14 like we did with the Cardinals. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think this is going to be a tougher, more competitive game. I do have us winning 23-17. I actually think it's a game-sealing interception by Jeremy Chin that puts the game away. And we're up 23-17. I actually think we're not gonna score on a drive. The Browns are gonna get the ball back. It's like 50 seconds left in the game, and Deshaun Watson forces a pass to Jeremy Chin, and we win the game. That's the way I see it going. I do think Jayden keeps it up, and we keep rolling 4-1. And I do have us winning, guys. I know you always say I'm gonna pick us to lose, but I do have us winning 23-17. It's gonna be a good win for sure at home. Keep the momentum. That college offense is gonna keep going. All right, so guys, you guys let me know what you guys think. Of course, check out BetUS. Shout out to BetUS. YouTube, use the promo code YouTube150 for first-time users for that 150% deposit match up to $2,000. All right, so guys, have a good weekend. Hail Commanders. Peace.